In this video, we're going to talk about something that matters deeply in our later years, the kind of people we should avoid to protect our peace of mind. You see, as we grow older, we start to value quiet mornings, honest company, and conversations that feel easy on the heart. We realize that not everyone deserves a seat at our table. Some people bring warmth and light, while others bring worry, guilt, or exhaustion. It's not about being cold or selfish, it's about understanding that our peace is precious, and not everyone helps us keep it. Many of us were raised to always help others, to always say yes, and to keep the family happy, even if it cost our own peace. But with time, we learn that not all relationships are built on love or respect. Some are built on habit, guilt, or control. And when that happens, it quietly steals the joy we've earned over the years. This stage of life should be about calm, reflection, and choosing what truly brings peace to the soul. So today, let's talk honestly about the 5 types of people you must distance yourself from in old age, even if they're family. Because your peace is not something you should keep giving away. Before we start, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Just drop your state or city in the comments below. It helps us feel like one community here, learning together and supporting one another. And if you have any natural health tips of your own, feel free to share those too. Someone else might really benefit from hearing what's worked for you. Point 1: The manipulator. As we grow older, we often find ourselves wanting to help others. It's part of who we are. Many of us have spent our whole lives putting others first, our children, our relatives, our neighbors. But sometimes, there are people who take that kindness and turn it into a habit of control. These are the manipulators. They know exactly what to say to make you feel guilty. They may call only when they need something, ask for favors again and again, and always remind you of what you owe them. It starts small, a little help here, a small favor there, but soon, it begins to drain your peace. Manipulators often hide behind emotional words. They'll say things like, "You're the only one I can count on," or, "After everything I've done for you, can't you just help this once?" But remember this, real love and respect don't come with pressure. If someone truly cares for you, they won't make you feel guilty for taking care of yourself. In old age, your time and energy are valuable. You've earned the right to enjoy quiet days, laughter, and rest without being pulled into other people's endless demands. The best way to deal with manipulators is with calm firmness. You can say, "I understand your situation, but I need to focus on my own well-being right now." You don't need to argue, explain, or feel bad. Setting boundaries is not selfish, it's an act of self-respect. It means you value your peace enough to protect it. The truth is, you can't pour from an empty cup. When you stop letting people take advantage of your kindness, you open space for those who truly appreciate you. In this stage of life, your peace is sacred, guard it with love and wisdom. Point 2: The self-absorbed. You've probably met this kind of person before, someone who talks endlessly about themselves and never really listens. You sit with them hoping to share something meaningful, but before you finish your sentence, they've already turned the topic back to their life, their problems, their achievements. After a while, you leave the conversation feeling unseen, like your voice didn't matter. These are the self-absorbed ones, people who care more about being heard than about truly connecting. In our later years, every story we tell carries history, emotion, and wisdom. When someone dismisses or interrupts that, it can feel like they're ignoring a whole lifetime of experience. That kind of disregard can quietly hurt. It makes you withdraw, stop sharing, and feel smaller than you are. But remember, your stories and feelings have value. You've lived through decades of lessons that deserve respect and attention. When you find yourself around someone self-absorbed, try to bring balance gently. You can say something like, "I'd love to finish what I was sharing, it's important to me." That small sentence reminds others that your voice matters. And if they still don't listen, it's okay to step back. You don't owe anyone your time or presence if they make you feel invisible. Spend your precious hours with people who make space for you, who look into your eyes when you talk, and who remember what you said. Those are the people who fill your days with warmth instead of emptiness. At this stage of life, your peace depends on meaningful connection, not noise, not attention seekers, but those who truly see you. The more you choose such company, the lighter and more joyful your heart becomes. Point 3. The critic. Now let's talk about the critic, the person who always finds something wrong with what you do. Maybe it's a family member, a friend, or even someone you've known your whole life. No matter what you say or how much effort you put in, they always seem to find a flaw. They might say things like, "You should have done it this way," or, "That's not how I'd handle it." At first, you might brush it off, but over time, their constant remarks start to wear you down. It feels like you can't win, like nothing you do is ever good enough. When you're older, criticism can hit harder because you've already spent a lifetime working, caring, and giving. You've earned the right to live freely, not under the shadow of someone else's judgment. The truth is, many critics speak not from wisdom but from their own insecurities. They point out others' flaws so they can avoid facing their own. Understanding this can help you stop taking their words to heart. You don't need to absorb every opinion that comes your way. Remember, peace comes when you stop allowing every arrow of negativity to pierce your calm. When faced with criticism, respond with calm strength. You can simply say, "I appreciate your view, but I'm happy with my choice." You don't need to argue or explain yourself. You've lived enough life to trust your own decisions. And if someone constantly brings negativity into your space, it's perfectly fine to create distance. Protect your energy by spending time with people who celebrate your efforts instead of tearing them down. You deserve to be surrounded by voices that lift you up, not those that pull you down. Life is too short to keep explaining your worth to people who refuse to see it. At this stage, peace, acceptance, and self-respect matter far more than anyone's approval. Point 4. The irresponsible. Now, let's talk about the irresponsible ones, the people who never seem to take charge of their own lives but somehow always expect you to fix their problems. They might borrow money and never return it, make promises they never keep, or come running to you every time they face a difficulty. At first, your heart feels for them. You think, "They're struggling, I can help just this once." But soon, once becomes often, and before you know it, you're carrying their load while they keep making the same mistakes. In old age, that kind of emotional or financial pressure can be heavy. You've spent years taking care of others, your children, your parents, your home, your work, and you've earned this time to rest. But irresponsible people often mistake kindness for weakness. They take your compassion and turn it into a habit, letting you clean up the mess they create. The truth is, helping someone doesn't always mean fixing things for them. Real help sometimes means stepping back and letting them face their own consequences so they can finally learn. You can respond with gentle firmness, "I care about you, but I can't solve this for you. You'll have to handle it yourself." That's not harsh, that's healthy. It teaches responsibility while protecting your peace. And deep down, you'll feel lighter when you stop rescuing others from their own choices. Think of this time in your life as a garden. If you keep watering someone else's weeds, your own flowers won't have room to bloom. Protect your time, energy, and peace from those who bring constant chaos. You've already done your part in life, now it's your turn to live with calm, joy, and balance. Point 5. The ungrateful. Among all the people who can quietly steal your peace, the ungrateful ones often hurt the most. These are the people who take your kindness, your time, or your help, and act like it meant nothing. You might cook for them, support them through a hard time, or give them advice from the heart, but when you need a little appreciation or understanding, they stay silent. Over time, that silence begins to feel heavy. You start to wonder, did my effort even matter? And that question alone can drain the joy out of giving. For many of us, generosity has been a lifelong habit. We've cooked meals for others, opened our homes, given rides, or offered comfort when someone was hurting. We gave because it felt right, not because we expected anything in return. But gratitude is more than just a thank you. It's a sign of respect. When people stop showing gratitude, the balance of the relationship is lost. Giving starts to feel one-sided, and your spirit begins to feel tired. You deserve to be around people who see the heart behind what you do, not those who treat it like a duty. The best way to handle the ungrateful is to redirect your kindness where it will be valued. Give to those who truly appreciate it, maybe a neighbor, a community cause, or even a stranger who smiles and says thank you. When your energy is spent where it's appreciated, your heart feels full again. Remember, you're not closing your heart, you're simply choosing where to invest it. Your kindness is a gift, and it should never be taken for granted. In this stage of life, your time and compassion are treasures. Give them to those who make you feel seen, valued, and loved. The joy of giving returns when you give to people who are thankful. Point 6. The constant complainer. There's one more kind of person you must be careful around, the constant complainer. You know the type. No matter how good things are, they'll always find something to be upset about. The weather's too hot, the food's too cold, the world's unfair, and nothing ever seems to please them. Spending time with such people can feel like carrying a heavy stone. Slowly, their negativity seeps into your thoughts and starts to dim your own light. In old age, peace of mind becomes more valuable than ever. Every day you wake up is a blessing, another chance to smile, breathe, and be thankful for what you still have. But when you sit too long with someone who constantly complains, you begin to lose that sense of gratitude. You might notice yourself feeling irritated, tired, or even hopeless, emotions that don't belong in this beautiful stage of life. The truth is, people who complain constantly are often stuck in their own unhappiness. They're not trying to hurt you, but their outlook can pull you down if you're not careful. Instead of trying to fix their mood, focus on protecting your own. You can gently shift the conversation by saying something like, "I understand how you feel, but I like to focus on what's still good." It's a simple way of setting a boundary without creating conflict. Surround yourself with people who talk about life, memories, and small joys, not endless problems. Laughter, gratitude, and kindness are powerful medicines for the soul. When you choose positivity, you're not ignoring life's difficulties, you're simply deciding not to let them define your days. At this age, you've earned the right to peace. So guard it carefully. Keep away from those who darken your spirit, and spend your time with those who make your heart feel light. Point 7. The drama seeker. Now let's talk about another kind of person who quietly steals your peace, the drama seeker. These are the people who seem to live in constant chaos. They love to gossip, exaggerate small issues, and drag others into their problems. Every day with them feels like a new episode of trouble. Someone said this, someone did that, and before you know it, you're caught in a whirlwind of negativity that has nothing to do with you. At this stage of life, peace should be your closest companion. You don't need arguments, gossip, or emotional storms. Drama seekers feed on reaction, they want attention, excitement, and someone to take sides. But you've lived long enough to know that peace grows in silence, not in noise. When someone tries to pull you into their drama, it's okay to smile, stay calm, and simply say, "I'd rather not get involved." Those few words can save you hours of stress and regret. Drama seekers often disguise their chaos as concern. "Did you hear what she said?" or "I just wanted to warn you," but in truth, they spread tension, not care. Once you recognize that pattern, you can step away without guilt. You don't owe anyone your time if their presence disturbs your calm. Instead, spend time with people who bring laughter, not gossip, who share wisdom, not rumors. A simple walk, a warm cup of tea, or a quiet talk with a friend who listens is far more valuable than hours of chatter about others. You've earned these peaceful years, don't let anyone fill them with noise or nonsense. The less drama you allow in, the more room there is for joy, gratitude, and grace. Protect that calm heart of yours. It's the best gift you can give yourself. As we grow older, life begins to teach us one of its greatest lessons. Peace is not something we find by accident, it's something we choose and protect every single day. After years of giving, working, and caring for others, your golden years are meant for calm, gratitude, and self-respect. You've earned the right to enjoy mornings without stress, evenings without guilt, and relationships that feel warm instead of heavy. The truth is, peace often depends on the people you allow around you. The manipulator who uses guilt, the self-absorbed who never listens, the critic who points out flaws, the irresponsible who avoids responsibility, the ungrateful who never says thank you, the complainer who drains energy, and the drama seeker who thrives on chaos, each one chips away at your inner calm in a different way. Recognizing them isn't about judgment or anger. It's about awareness and wisdom, understanding that not everyone deserves your time or your emotional space. As the Buddha wisely said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. When you stop chasing approval or trying to fix others, you begin to live more freely. You start to fill your days with people and moments that truly matter, quiet laughter, shared stories, and the kind of company that brings comfort to your soul. So, protect your peace like it's your most precious treasure, because it is. Be kind, but firm. Be generous, but discerning. And most of all, surround yourself with people who make you feel calm, valued, and loved. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which kind of person do you think affects your peace the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep building this space as a community of wisdom, gratitude, and calm hearts, where peace always comes first.